Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am here for yet another session with you and those who will watch the replay. Thank you so much for joining. For the most part, I will not type in the chat, but I would love to hear from you. Tell me who you are, where are you watching from? I'm Dr. Priscilla, a native English speaker, and I live in the US. Tell me a little about yourself in the chat, and I will also invite our Facebook group. So here we go, inviting the Facebook group. Hello, my Facebook family. Thank you so much for joining me live. And if by chance you get to watch this as a replay, I'm really happy that you're here. So let's begin with talking about the topic. It will be in English, and this is where you can get material that you can use from the social media. So today, I will be reading an article, discussing an article, and asking questions from this article. It is from Breaking News English. Breaking News English. And the title of the article is A 4-Day Work Week in Japan Increased Productivity. A 4-day work week in Japan increased productivity. Now, with that title, we know that something has gained momentum and has grown. Increased means to grow, to make larger. So in this particular case, it is the fact that they have a 4-day week, not a 5-day week, but a 4-day week, and productivity has increased. Let's find out how that came about. If you have questions, please type them in the chat box, and I would be happy to explain them. So those of you that are watching me on Facebook, thank you so much for being here. Those of you who are watching me on YouTube, thank you for being here. I'm Dr. Priscilla. I am the CEO and founder of Speak Excellent English. Hi, Edison. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is my pleasure to read for you. If you have questions, please post them below, and I promise I'll try to answer them for you. So I will begin. The technology company Microsoft has said it successfully trialed a 4-day work week in Japan, which saw improvements in workers' productivity and job satisfaction. Okay, so Microsoft is the company that has trialed a 4-day work week in Japan. All right, now here's your first question. Type the answer to your first question, which is, which company trialed a 4-day working week in Japan? What is the name of the company that did that? What is the name of the company that trialed a 4-day work week in Japan? Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to answer. We're testing our listening skills. While listening to me, you will type in your answer. I will continue reading now. The trial took place over the summer at the tech giant's headquarters in Tokyo. Employees were given every Friday off as paid leave in August. The company monitored the effects of a 3-day weekend. The company monitored the effects of a 3-day weekend would have on workers' performance. The company monitored the effects a 3-day weekend would have on workers' performance. Company executives said the shorter working week resulted in additional benefits. Productivity rose by 40%, and 92% of employees expressed their satisfaction with the scheme. Productivity rose by 40%, and 92% of employees expressed their satisfaction with the scheme. The trial could lead to a change in Japan's infamous workplace practices of long hours and lots of overtime. The trial could lead to a change in Japan's infamous workplace practices of long hours and lots of overtime. Here is a question. Thank you, Edison. That is correct. The answer is Microsoft. Microsoft is the company that was trialed for 4 weeks in Japan. Question number 2. When did this trial take place? Was it winter, summer, or fall? When did the trial take place? Was it winter, summer, or fall? When did the trial take place? Your third question is going to be yes or no. Did productivity rise by 40%? Or no, it did not rise by 40%. Yes or no? Productivity rose by 40%? Is that true? Or is it false? Is it true or is it false? For those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can also answer in the chat box. Paragraph 2. Microsoft called the trial the Work-Life Choice Challenge. Microsoft called the trial the Work-Life Choice Challenge. The company said it aimed to create an environment where each employee can choose a diverse and flexible way of working according to the circumstances of their work and life. The company said it aimed to create an environment where each employee can choose a diverse and flexible way of working according to the circumstances of their work and life. Other aspects of the trial included shortening the length of meetings to a maximum of 30 minutes and encouraging workers to choose online chats over face-to-face ones. There were additional advantages to the trial. Microsoft said that 23% less electricity was consumed and 59% fewer pages were printed compared with August 2018. Microsoft will conduct another experiment in Japan later this year and has asked employees for their input. I want to thank you again for watching. And that is correct, Edison. The answer is yes. It has increased productivity by 40%. And then that last question, let's see, what is the last question that I asked? Or actually, you answered the third question. The second question is, when did this trial take place? Was it in the summer? Was it in the fall? Or was it in the winter? All right. Now, what are your thoughts? Tell me quickly in the chat, what are your thoughts about being in a 4-day work week? Would you like to have a 4-day work week? Do you think it would be beneficial to your company? Would it help you have a better life if you were working only 4 days? What are your thoughts about a 4-day work week? What are your thoughts about a 4-day work week? Hello, love. Thanks for joining me today. And Vahid, thank you also for joining me. What are your thoughts about a 4-day work week? Quickly type a response for me. What are your thoughts about a 4-day work week? Would that work for you? All right, we're going to move on now to a more interactive part. I'm going to give you a spelling competition or an activity. Listen to the words that I will pronounce 3 times. I will pronounce each word 3 times. My goal is to help you improve your listening and your spelling. Here is your first word. Trialed, 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 trialed. The technology company Microsoft has said it successfully trialed a 4-day working week in Japan. Trialed. Your next word is improvements. 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 A 4-day working week in Japan, which saw improvements in workers' productivity and job satisfaction. Improvements. All right, our next word that I want you to try and spell is headquarters. 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 The trial took place over the summer at the tech giant's headquarters in Tokyo. Headquarters. Monitored. 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 The company monitored the effects a 3-day weekend would have on the workers' performance. Our next word is rose. 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 Productivity rose by 40%, and 92% of employees expressed their satisfaction with the scheme. Rose. All right, guys. Bashid, are you able to type or write or spell any of the words that you've heard so far? Our next word is flexible. 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 The company said it aimed to create an environment where each employee can choose a diverse and flexible way of working. Number 7, circumstances. 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 According to the circumstances of their work and life. the employees preferred the shorter work week. Circumstances. Our eighth word is encouraging. 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 The results of the study was quite encouraging. Number 9, conduct. 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 Microsoft will conduct another experiment in Japan later this year. Microsoft will conduct another experiment in Japan later this year. And our last word, which is number 10, input. 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 Microsoft wanted the employees to give their input on the 4-day work week. Microsoft wanted the employees to give their input on the 4-day work week. All right, so there you have 10 vocabulary words. Now that you have your 10 vocabulary words, I'm going to tell you exactly what those 10 words were. Those 10 words are trialed, improvements, headquarters, monitored, rose, flexible, circumstances, encouraging, conduct, and input. So those are your 10 words. I want to share with you this. When you have lessons like this with me and you practice the vocabulary words that you're learning, your ability to speak and conduct a conversation is going to improve dramatically. So keep that in mind as you review these words, either live or replay. You want to study the words that I have given to you. Now, let's take one of these words and learn how to use it in this final session, part of the session tonight. Let's choose the word flexible. Let's look at the word flexible. Flexible means that it's something that is malleable. You can bend it, you can shape it, you can turn it, you can twist it. Flexible. Flexible means the ability to be fluid in movement. When something is fluid, it means that it is easy to do. It's easy to manipulate. Manipulate means to change, do something different with it. Let me ask if you can give me a sentence using the word manipulate or the word flexible. Pliable is also another word for flexible. So let's see how many words I can think of for flexible. Malleable, bendable, movable, and easy to manipulate. Can you think of any words that you could add that helps you to understand the word flexible? I want to say thank you to my viewers on YouTube. I'm so happy that you're here, and it is my pleasure to bring you this lesson about Japan's 4-day work week. I invite you to think about a 4-day work week. Would you like a 4-day work week? If so, what are some things you might do on your day off? What are some things that you might do on your day off? I might go to the movies, maybe shopping. What are some things that you would do on your day off? All right. If you get to watch the replay, please leave comments or feedback in the chat. I would love to hear your thoughts. Until my next live stream, I'm Dr. Priscilla. Bye for now.